Alrighty,
Alrighty,
y'all,
y'all,
welcome
welcome
to
to
today's
today's
recap. I
recap. I
hope you
hope you
guys are
guys are
doing
doing
well.
well.
If you
If you
guys are
guys
new
are new
here, my
here,
name
my
is
name is
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
I am
I am
a
a
day
day
trader. I
trader. I
trade
trade
small
small
cap
cap
stocks,
stocks,
momentum,
momentum,
and
and
breakouts.
breakouts.
I
I
stream
stream
every
every
single
single
day,
day,
Monday through
Monday through
Friday,
Friday,
7
7
a.m. to
a.m. to
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Eastern
Eastern
Standard
Standard
Time.
Time.
And I
And I
upload my
upload my
recaps
recaps
after
after
every
every
single
single
trading
trading
session.
session.
If you guys
If
are
you guys are
interested in
interested in
following
following
along, feel
along,
free
feel
to
free to
subscribe.
subscribe.
And
And
with
with
that
that
being
being
said,
said,
let's
let's
jump right
jump right
into
into
this
this
recap.
recap.
So my first trade was on ATHA. The stock has a float of 3.5 million shares, somewhere in that range. But 3.5 to 4 million shares. But price when I got in was $6. It was pulling away here, so I was thinking, okay, like I'm gonna jump in, take some quick profit, and that'll be it. That's not what ended up happening. Unfortunately, I actually couldn't sell, and so this actually was a bad start to the day, and I think mm, it just made the day a lot more difficult. And I mean, obviously, wasn't a nice way to start the day. So let's take a look at this trade here. I jumped in with 100 shares. I meant to jump in with 50. Um, I was just scrambling today. I mean, I woke up a little bit later, sat down at exactly 7 a.m. And then I opened the charts and I was immediately starting without checking my share size or anything like that. So I get filled on the way down. It pops up for a moment there. I try to sell. Currently, whatever it said. And now I'm just trying to sell for a loss. Still can't do it. It says currently reversing your position is not available for your account type. And now I'm down in the red, 120 bucks. And so I finally realized that I had quantity settings on. I got a partial fill, and I couldn't sell like since it was on quantity settings, I couldn't sell 100 shares since I only had an $83 or 83 share position. So now I'm trying to sell, no fill, and then I'm like, all right, this thing may want to rally back up. I try to sell again, I don't get filled. I'm like, all right, so be it. Which I'm is was a blessing in disguise because I mean this would have been $120 loss, but I'm so blessed that it came back up. And I know I'm usually not supposed to hold these. I know I don't hold these. It was just there's no excuse. It was just bad discipline. I meant to sell it earlier, obviously, but there was the technical issue, um, or technical error on my part, which is bad to say. I mean, it's embarrassing to say because I mean, at this point, you would think I have Weeble figured out after using it for about I don't know 6 months or 9 months. I don't remember, but it's unfortunate that this is the way I had to start the day off. But it is nice. It came all the way back up here. I didn't take profit up here. Why? Because in my head, I thought that I bought 100 shares. I thought I sold 17, and then I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna try to sell it for a little bit of profit, so I'll wait for it to get above my entry, um, which is not the way to think at all, regardless of my circumstances or whether I was red or green on this trade. Um, I mean, the time to sell it was, I mean, I was blessed to have it even come up here. I should have sold it sooner, much sooner. And I just I just don't sell this. I have many more opportunities to sell it for just a $10 loss, which would have been great. Unfortunately, so I was waiting, like, as that first candle made a new high, I'm thinking, okay, like, we're gonna pull away here. But that's not what ended up happening. And so this thing continues to like consolidate here right over VWAP, break below it for some moments. And I was like, all right, bro, like, what is this? I should have, at this point, I should have sold it on, that's the like third false breakout we've had in the past 10 minutes. And I mean, that was my cue to sell. I think I do sell it around here. I don't know why I didn't sell it on the pop here, um, but instead I held it for the drop. So finally sell it for a $52 loss. It is what it is. It's water under the bridge. Um, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate to start the day that way. And so I think I take another like 2 trades on it, but like with 1 share and like 10 shares, so nothing crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here I jump back in as I'm thinking we're starting to curl back up. And honestly, no real entry other than the fact that it's curling back up, and I'm hoping we'll see some continuation here. I honestly don't remember my entry. So this is with 20 shares, and I was like, all right, whatever. Small loss, no biggie. All right, so I foolishly, once again, as it starts to curl back up, I jump in here. I don't recall whether this was, I think this was a loser. I think this was a loser. I have it on 2x speed here, so I'll just fast forward. I mean, this is obviously not working. This is not a setup that is working for me. So that ends up being a $12 loser because I took 100 shares on it. And yeah, I took 100 shares. Like, I don't know why I would do that, but I mean, that, I don't know. All right. I'm embarrassed to say it, but this is the third time I've just bought it because it's curling back. It looks like it's curling back up. This is the third time I've been fooled by this trap of a setup. Anyways, it's embarrassing looking back at these, but you gotta do it. I hate to see myself making these dumb decisions, knowing my logical mind would not have done this. Maybe this one works. I don't remember. No, this one does not work. For a moment, I have an opportunity to take $1 of profit, but turns out to be a loser, to my recollection. There's a red topping tail candle, and that's the indicator to leave. Okay, that was actually a small loser, but there's another trade I took here. Jumped in as it dipped down. I added to that. Oh my gosh, I added to that. 50 shares right at resistance, which we've just rejected. It hasn't even broken over resistance, and I'm adding. I don't know who I was feeling like here. In any case, consolidating, doesn't break. Comes back to my entry, but I don't sell. So I sell for a loss at the 9 EMA. And of course it bounces off the 9 EMA. And I get back in. Like, looking at that just makes me frustrated a little bit. So yet another trade where it looks like it's curling up, and I just jump in here to make my loss a little bit bigger. Because why not? Why not do that? With 20 shares though, so nothing crazy, but still. Taking the same setup the fourth time in a row. All right. Okay, so yet again, I take another entry at resistance, and of course it doesn't work. So twice I've gotten fooled by buying into resistance, and 4 times I've been fooled by buying as I think it's curling back up. Because these are all just really Revenge trades, FOMO entries, whatever you want to call it. It's that. This is so boring to watch because these are not good trades. I hate to do this. These are just terrible trades. They're consolidating. This is, I mean, you can sell it now that it's not working. This is not how I wanted it to play out, and that's really enough to decide like, okay, this is not working. I'll sell it now. And so I sell it as it drops down, and I sell it for quite a decent. That was like a 15-cent loser, so not nothing. And so my last trade was probably my best trade. It was the break over the resistance. I said if it breaks over 7, then I'll hop in. I know that's risky because it has broken over here, obviously, and here, but for a while it had been tapping. So we had to tap here, tap here, tap here, almost tap there. And then I was thinking next time it breaks out, it will go. And as long as it holds. Um, this was risky, and I know that because I took 100 shares, and honestly, no great trades today for me, considering like all things considered, because this in this scenario, this is not technically not the right thing to do, but I mean, in if I was depending on my P&L, this may have been good. But if I was already up on the day, then I'd be like, okay, this is a fine trade, but putting on this much risk um, while being down is usually not the way to go. So I was thinking we're going to get a squeeze here. As long as this candle holds up, we'll be fine. Because, I mean, people have probably been shorting at 7 this whole time. And if those folks are gone, then we're in for a bigger move. You just fast forward this. Thinking, all right, hold over 710. We'll get the push to 20, hopefully. Need a break over 15 actually first. My entry's at 704, so I was like, okay, good, that got bought up. Now it's 715, there's 730. Nice. Now we're looking for it to hold a little bit. Excuse me. 32 bucks on it. So I end up selling as it comes down a little bit, but I was happy with the little bit of profit I took from it. And I questioned myself, why couldn't I wait for this setup here? Why did I buy when it broke out? Why did I buy when it was hitting its head on resistance rather than just waiting for it to break out? That I do not. I do know. It was just pure emotions and something to take into consideration tomorrow. I don't think that if my first trade, I think if my first trade went well and there was no issues with selling it, I will obviously it would have been green because I tried to sell it. And I mean, yeah, if I sold it for a winner, which it should have been, I think today would have been a lot better of a day, because I would have been in a better headspace, and I think that got to me emotionally. It is the responsibility is on me to walk away when I am not feeling okay emotionally. So I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to justify why I'm red, but or justify the way I traded, but just something to keep in mind for myself. Wake up on time, go to bed on time. I got like 5 hours of sleep today, so that was off. Obviously, my position size was off, so I'll have to do I'll have to make a pre-trading routine, which I already have one sort of. I do certain things, but um, regarding like the technicals and Weeble and everything like that. But anyways, that's it for today's recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys did well today, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.